Welcome in, everybody. We're going to get started here with the second series of the day, and it is me. I'm back, Curry Freak. For the past week, I've been taking you through Division 2, and now I'm going to be back to go through the rest of these matches here. It's going to be Sigma.YNT versus Nemiga. We do have a stand-in on the side of... No, we don't. That's coming up for no, sorry. Right, looking at the wrong thing. Sigma.YNT versus Nemiga, yes, so Vanscore, as well as Corruptible Queasy for you. Meanwhile, so Nemiga, Sobad, Violent, Marine, Hellscream, and Vazia. And it is just the the standard lineups. It looks like, I think, if we take a look at the stand-ins, we're going to see that. Yeah, Nemiga at the top, 8-2. Dark Lord there as well for Sigma.YNT. Missing him out because he's just got a smiley face in the lobby instead of his actual name. But yeah, looking at the standings, Nemiga, they're rocking an 8-2 in terms of games won and lost. 4-0 in the standings as well. Already beat Navi Jr. coming up against No Sorry, as well as Alaikum Nihao and Team Sexy. And going through them all on a bit of a tour here. We'll see if Sigma.YNT... It's not looking great for them. Sigma.YNT right at the bottom of the table here. They are 0-4 in series, 2-8. So they are the exact reverse here of Nemiga. And, well, if they're going to break a streak, they have to do it now because we are coming into the last week or so of Division 2. And they do only, after today, they'll only have 2 series left to play. So Sigma.YNT, they need to start racking up wins really darn quick. And they've got to play up against Alaikum Nihao as well as Navi Jr., both teams on 2 wins and 1 loss. And, after 3 series each, they're looking pretty good. And again, only losing out to Nemiga, who are the strongest team. Again, I talked about it. If we go back, there are VODs, but yeah, Nemiga sitting right at the top of that. I expect then Alaikum Nihao, Team Sexy, even maybe Moneymakers. Moneymakers, who did they lose to? Because they have lost twice. Or did they lose? They did. They lost to Cybercats. Cybercats and Alaikum Nihao. Yeah, okay, so I think we're starting to see the top of the table and the mid-table shape after today, after these series have been played. I'm expecting, again, Nemiga just to carry on winning, coming through here against Sigma.YNT, moving themselves through. Let's get into the draft. Yeah, moving themselves through here, Sigma.YNT. Not looking super strong. And Nemiga pick it up. They get themselves, 5-0 on the table, which would pretty much secure the... Would it secure it? No, because there's a lot of teams... Yeah, 2-2, so they could still go 5-2. Cybercats could play... They've not played Nemiga yet. But yeah, looking at the draft, what have we got coming out already? Disruptor coming out for Nemiga, Mew on the side of Sigma.YNT, Dragon Knight and the Rubik. But yeah, Nemiga pretty much looking like they're going to close this one out and get themselves into Division 1. Get themselves right back up there. So even with changing Kurtic out for Violent, they're still looking consistent, they're still looking really good. And yeah, a bit of a yo-yo team between Division 1 and Division 2. They seem to be too good for Division 2, but maybe just not good enough for Division 1. And yeah, Nemiga able to get themselves in a great position to go back up. Who else is playing today? We're going to have Alaikum Nihao versus No Sorry. No Sorry 1 and 3, which is a bit of a surprise. I thought they'd push on this tour. Because they don't have bad players. The Nonseric Dodron, Black Archangel, Dominic and Yond. They did have to change a couple of players up, but, it's not a bad lineup there for them. But No Sorry. Yeah, it's looking pretty rough.
5 seconds remaining.
So they will be the 3rd series of the day versus Alaikum Nihao. And again, Alaikum Nihao looking pretty strong. Already beaten out Moneymakers as well as Team Sexy. Team Sexy, again, one of those teams that I would think were going to be pushing to promotion to qualify for Division 1. But it looks like Alaikum Nihao just having a little bit of an edge over those 2 teams. And maybe they are going to be those mid-table teams. Again, looking at Navi Jr. Sorry, I'm just playing catch-up after having the week off. So just looking to see where the table sits, where we lie. And who's looking good and who's looking maybe like they need a bit of a kick up the arse. Getting through Beastmaster, Banner, Enchantress, the Bloodseeker, and the Ember Spirit. So the Pangolin does come out here from Nemiga. And yeah, the Bloodseeker, just that instant ban to make sure that he's not going to be countered. Sigma.YNT, they take out the Brune Mama, they take out the Timbersaw, and the Terrorblade. What else do they want to be removing here? because
Я безумно хочу
you know we're
пить.
seeing
Я
a few
безумно
events going on
хочу
the past few
пить.
weeks, so maybe these teams, you know, taking a bit of
Dire team
inspiration
ban.
from other events, as it's going to be the Slack ban out. Nemiga
Radiant team
again,
ban.
top of the table, they're looking pretty strong. So all they really need to do is draft the game. They ban out the puck again. Puck starting to come back into fairly popular. I don't think we saw a lot of the puck. Maybe it was just the bans in Division 1, but we didn't really see a whole lot of puck, I don't think, in Division 1 of Eastern Europe. Or maybe that's where
10
Eastern Europe going
seconds
wrong,
remaining.
because internationally, you know, not doing too great
5
with
seconds
these.
remaining.
No, XL Racers did win a third party, just, you know, the big one stepping up. Not looking great for those teams. Yeah, Nemiga banning out the puck. What does Sigma want to take away here? Because Nemiga are fairly well adjusted in
Radiant
terms
team
of
picked.
being able to adapt the drafts. Looking through, picking up the Disruptors, Terrorblades, Timber Swords. So, okay, so Disruptor really popular. I mean, Disruptor's really popular anyway. Even sneaking in a couple of Necrophoses there as well, I see. Okay, Nemiga, very cheeky.
10
Team
seconds
Sexy.
remaining.
Yeah, Primal Beasts coming out. A couple of Chaos
5
Knights.
seconds remaining.
Okay, yeah, the ET being thrown in there as well. We've seen Team Spirit playing it with the Earthshaker, that ET. And it's, again, one of those heroes that just seems to maybe getting a little bit popular again. Both the Elder Titan and the Earthshaker. I'm seeing Earthshaker being picked up more and more by, you know, a few teams. So, you know, getting into that competition, we're getting close to a major. And Earthshaker, I mean, I suppose it doesn't matter because we're going to have a patch in like 3 days. The 20th, I do believe. Yeah, like 3
Dire
days.
team picked.
So it really doesn't matter what the meta is, because there could be that massive shakeup coming through, and Earthshaker maybe does get that buff just in time to see some land play. As a Clockwork comes out here for Sigma.YNT. So the Dragon Knight being played, yeah, Dragon Knight Core, Rubik and Clockwork as those
10
two supports.
seconds remaining.
Rubik more than likely in the off lane with the Dragon Knight, meanwhile the Clockwork could go with someone like
5
the...
seconds remaining.
Ooh. Would you go with the Centaur ban, the Slark ban? Do you want to go for a Drow Ranger here on the side of Sigma.YNT? Give that over to Dark Lord. Meanwhile, on the side, again, excuse me, the side of Nemiga, they've just got to play their draft. You know, they're in a comfortable position. They go for the Monkey King as well, and the Monkey King into the Snapfire. We've seen a few Monkey King 4s as well. So I wonder if that's something they want to run here on the side of Nemiga. Or if it is going to be...
10 seconds remaining.
Because you
5
could run...
seconds remaining.
You could run a Violent Monkey King in position 1. Up against the DK. If this is going to be the DK offlane, you know, that's not the worst thing to run. Nope, okay. Anti-Mage comes out immediately. So maybe they want to swing this into a Monkey 4 up against the Anti-Mage. Disruptor... I mean, okay. We've seen the Disruptor Monkey King combo. In fact, was it
10
Nemiga that were running it?
seconds remaining.
The Monkey King Disruptor combo in the safe lane is absolutely disgusting.
5 seconds remaining.
You know, you'd expect it to be the off lane that was putting pressure on, challenging, looking to do the damage, you know, looking to get kills in the lane and take the farm away from the core opposite. But no, the Monkey King Disruptor combo, we saw it up against... The first time we saw it was up against a Lycan. And the Lycan got nothing. I think he went something like 0, 5, and 2 in the first 10 minutes of the game. Didn't get anywhere near the Helm of the Dominator. Got absolutely manhandled by the Monkey King Disruptor combo. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Nemiga running that Disruptor Monkey King. It does seem when you're on paper the better team as well, you know, when you have that better control, when you have the idea of how these heroes are going to run. This combination is pretty scary to run into against, because if you know the limits of the heroes, you know how far you can push it with things like the Jingu Mastery. Getting the pullbacks on the Glimpse as well. They ban out the Lycan. Yeah, Sigma.YNT taking away the Slider. Probably don't go for the LC. As much as I'd like to see the LC come out up against the Anti-Mage, it's just a non-hero at the minute. kind of hoping it gets just a tiny rework in the next patch.
5 seconds remaining.
Enough that, it becomes a viable hero again, because you can see it in the pubs, it's still good, but if you have the coordination around it, in like pro team play, the hero just doesn't look, look that amazing. So I would like to see, just a little rework around the old LC.
Radiant team ban.
Okay, banning out the Storm Spirit. So yeah, I'm expecting Pangolier mid.
Team pick.
So actually, surprisingly, we've not seen the Death Prophet ban out from either side. I mean, the Death Prophet, I have to check these stats now, because before I had my time off, the Death Prophet had something like a 25% win rate. So it's been picked 14 times. It's 6 and 8, so it's still not winning matches overall. It's still not this game dominator that it might be in higher levels in that Division 1, in like the international land stage. This the Death Prophet's just not working here in Eastern Europe. For the most part, it's not that massive lane game winner that you'd expect it to be. So see here, Nemiga, with the final pick, what do you want to be going with this? What will be here? The final pick for Nemiga, again, I think it's going to be the Disruptor Monkey King combo. Unless you want to run like the Monkey King Snapfire. The Snapfire is the 3 and the Monkey King is the 4 up against the Anti-Mage. And you're looking for, I don't know, maybe something like a Wraith King, or, something that can, Ursula, that can fight, outfight the Anti-Mage. So yeah. Okay, so Monkey King 4, Snapfire in the off lane.
Ten seconds remaining.
I think I've seen Hellscream run this Monkey King a couple of times anyway, so, he is used to the hero. Yeah, then this Maureen Snapfire to come out. Actually, no. Would you run it mid? I suppose it depends what Sigma.YNT you want to pick up here. Probably more than likely going to be the offlane hero for the Snapfire. Being played by Vazia. I mean, you could run it mid. It's not awful. But then I don't know how much Vazia plays on this Pangolier. They go for the Viper. Okay, so straight up lane winner. Game winner. You have Malrine on the Pangolier, Vazia on the Snapfire. Expecting the Hellscream Monkey King. Yes, with Sobal on the Disruptor will be. So it's going to be the position for Monkey King up against the Anti-Mage in the lane. And Dark Lord changing his name to Woe. Maybe that's what he's feeling, being 0 and 4 in the DPC so far. But looking at the lineups, I mean, Nemiga, they've not dropped a series just yet. They've dropped a couple of games, though. I'm not saying that they aren't infallible. They're not invulnerable coming into this one. They might still drop this one. If Sigma can find some good farm, good position here for the Anti-Mage, the Viper could be able to come out and put lane pressure here as well. Get some good rotations.
5 seconds
So
remaining.
it's not impossible here for Sigma.YNT, but Nemiga coming into this one again, they've just got such a good lead on everybody else. They look so comfortable coming into games. They're not even trouble. I wouldn't be surprised if they're not trouble with this Viper pick, if they'll have an idea of how to try and play around it. And yeah, I think you've got to, well, at least I've got to back Nemiga coming into this first game, at least until Sigma.YNT should give a reason why they should be backed over Nemiga in the series, because again, Nemiga is looking really strong there, 8 and 2 in terms of games won lost, 0 and 4 here, Sigma, in terms of series, and 2 and 8 in terms of games won and lost. So it really isn't looking good for Sigma. And in fact, if they don't go on a win to pick up these last 3 matches, more than likely they are going to be relegated here from and just removed from the DPC, removed from Division 2, which no team wants. But, somebody does have to fall out. And Nemiga, again, looking to push on for that Division 1 promotion. We'll see if it's going to be enough in today, if they're going to be able to pretty much secure that. Because I think 5 and 0, it's looking up. You are looking like you're going to be in a good position to get yourself there. I'm not saying you're all the way there, but you are looking to cross that finish line and get yourself into it. As we will be taking a quick break word from our sponsor, I do believe, from EGB, before we get into game number 1 of Nemiga versus Sigma.YNT. Check it out. We'll be back after this.
Bets on esports, bets on streamers, impressive bonus system. Welcome bonus up to $600, cashback, artifacts, regular promotions, daily giveaways. Try yourself as a bookmaker. Great lines. EGB.com, more than just a bookmaker.
So, welcome back in as we get started here with the first game of the second series. It is going to be Nemiga versus Sigma.YNT. We're going to see a smoke out now. What we're actually going to see is a pulse. Okay, a bit of voice lag here. So maybe some Discord, TeamSpeak, Skype. Does anyone even use Skype anymore? Is that just like a dead software? As we look to get started to the second series, and again, Nemiga, I think they're going to be the ones fairly in control. As we take a look at the odds coming out on the screen, yeah, Sigma.YNT 3.45 to Nemiga's 1.23. So it's, yeah, Nemiga coming into this one as the favourites. And again, I don't know if this anti-major versus the Ursa, if the anti-major is going to be enough to kind of win this one. The Viper actually running it in the off lane. Yeah, of course, Corruptible the off lane. So, of course, they're going to run it in the off lane. So, Corruptible.
But not quite. Close, but not quite.
See, I mean, whoa. He could be in for some woe here, coming up against the Monkey King in the lane. Two melee heroes as well, coming up against the Snapfire. This is going to be rough for the anti-mage, I think. Coming into this one, how would you really play around it? Because the Clockwork might want to chase down, but the Clockwork, even if he comes in with a battery sword, it's going to suffer from the... Oh, that's a question. Does the Monkey King go for the Primal Spring at level 1? Just to get that harass off, close that gap? Or is that like a level 2 and you still pick up the Jingu? Let's see how it's going to go here. Because it looks like Showbad and Violent moving into the river. Yeah, no one going to contest them from this one. So it's just going to be some easy... Did they get 3? They will be able to get 3 because the Ursa going to be able to come back here, Violent. And Vazi gets a snatch against Woe. So Woe is him starting off here without his 2 bounty runes. For the last time, our observer. So, pause comes out. Hopefully it won't be a massive one.
In strength is victory. In strength.
Okay, just a bit of lag. Looking at the lanes. Yeah, ping issues. There's been some minor server issues for the past couple of weeks. I do believe in, again, hopefully once we get the big patch, once everyone's settled, it will be fine. But yeah, looking at the top lane, Violet coming up against Sobad. We've seen the rise of these Venomancers, the Vipers coming out against the Ursa. Being able to, you know, do a lot of damage, slow the Ursa down, especially when you're coming in with a poison attack. Which will really, you know, mess with how the Ursa plays in the lane, how he's going to be able to farm this one. So it is, I think, Showbad and Violent, they have to be careful about how they play this lane, especially with the Rubik being here as well. There's a lot of damage over time coming out with the poison attack from the Viper, and then into the Fade Bolt telekinesis to keep them locked down into something like the Nether Toxin. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, we'll see For You coming up against Malorine, and I wonder how this one's going to go, because... Bottom lane, actually, whoa, yeah, he's coming forward. It's going to be the Jingu to come through from Hellscream level 1, and he might be able to get the proc. Vanscore has to walk himself away. This Hellscream, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see an early point into the Primal Spring, because this doesn't carry Monkey King, so, you know, you're not rocking that Mega Boundless Strike, you're not rocking... no, you probably are still rocking the 4 points into Jingu early on. But yeah, more often than not, you do see an early point into the Primal Spring that comes out on these Monkey King supports, because you want to be getting in close with the Orb of Corrosion, or a Diffusal Blade, something like, maybe even both. So top lane. How's Queasy doing it? Queasy just trying to throw some harass out, but Sobad's going to give as good as he gets here in the lane. Corruptible. He wants those mangoes coming in. He's got his Kernu. I don't know if that's a bug. Just look at the courier. The courier that you see on the map here is Woe's courier. And Corruptible, they're going to be able to get the kill. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out the mystery of the courier here. As Corruptible does take down Sobad. They had the damage, they had the telekinesis, the Fade Bolt, that Nether Toxin, and the poison attack. Yeah, that's the Anti-Mage's courier, though, that's sitting in the lane just behind the Viper. Suppose he wants to go into that ring of health and doesn't want to cross the river. Doesn't feel safe crossing the river. They're speaking about bottom lane. The Anti-Mage going to be under a lot of pressure coming out. The Balance Strike will be coming out at level 2 here. So the Monkey King coming through Jingu and Balance Strike. And whoa, he's taking a whole lot of damage. And it's going to be a ways away from getting that full Vanguard out. The Vanguard will help a little bit. But you can see that Vazi, he's just thrown out so much harass onto WoW. And now even Vansko going to be chased down as well. Even if he gets up close, cogs do get dropped. I mean, the Monkey King has a longer attack range than most melee heroes anyway. Vazia can slow him down with the Scatter Blast. You get the cookie in for the engagement, follow it up with the Jingu into the Balance Strike, and you have a dead hero on your hands. Vansko has to pop this off. Yeah, whoa, he's not even going to be able to come in for the contest here on the neutrals, so even Hellscream going to be able to pick these one up while Vazia finds the farm underneath the tower. Top lane, Corruptible? Let's see how he's going to play this one, because he's doing alright. 10 and 3 in terms of last hits, but the Ursubur not being slowed down here. He's still finding his farm. And we'll see. I mean, we'll see if they want to focus on this Ursa. Whether they're going to go back for just getting the kills onto Sobad, you know, keep the support out of lane to keep the pressure onto Violent. If he has to play solo, you know, maybe just try and fear, or try and make him fear for his life. Telekinesis. Do they have enough? No, it's going to be able to get the Earth Shock away there as well. So after that Telekinesis comes out, you know, there isn't any lockdown to keep him in a Nether Toxin, so he can just go for that Earth Shock and get the bounce, get that little hop away from the Floor Poison. Whereas Sobad's going to go in for the Glimpse, just onto the Rubik, yeah. Corruptible going to be taking some damage. Even the break coming out here. Bottom lane, we'll see Woe again under pressure, pushing down on him. Pushing down on them.
Take what I please.
And he has just moved himself back from this farm. You can see that Vazia, even though this lane is being pushed into close towards the tier 1 tower, Anti-Mage really not having a good time coming out onto this. The Balance Strike onto Vansko. Vansko going to be losing some life once again. The only silver lining here is Vazia is completely out of mana. And they might be able to keep it this way. Just keeping him low. Oh no, the cogs get dropped. And so does Vansko. Hellscream gets that kill. Anti-Mage just has to go for that straight up blink away. As Queasy did get glimpsed here. Taking some damage. Sobad starting to stack it now as well. Looking for the denies in the trees. So if they can't see him, they cannot kill him. But he can still look for the denies onto his creeps. Yeah, Violent. You can see that they're just trying to play around this. And there's not a pullback coming through here from Sigma.YNT. Because it's not being allowed by Sobad, it doesn't seem. And even though Violent has to play away from the creeps, you know, the creeps are pushing him because Corruptible with the poison skin, with those poison attacks, is just starting to push the creep wave in favor of the Ursa, push it underneath the tower. And the Ursa, no real issues farming underneath this tower. You know, he's going to have a great time here, getting these last hits up. So Violent taking some right clicks coming out from Corruptible, but this is another thing as well, that once Corruptible is out of mana, what do you really do up against this Ursubur, who he's still finding the farm, still finding the levels. Hellscream, speaking of finding farm and levels, position 4 Hellscream here, well, he's finding the kills.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Or a kill, at least. But he's finding the pressure as well. For you in the mid lane on the Dragon, I've not really spoken about this mid lane, but for you going to be able to come in with this Dragon form, with the Catapult creep being up as well. If For you can clear off this next creep wave, you know, he might be able to put the pressure on and take down this tier 1 tower in the mid. Meanwhile, top lane, Violent, he does get telekinesed, but there was an instant glimpse to come out, and he will not go down here. Sobad taking some damage. Going to trade it right back onto Queasy, though. Queasy, does he actually get the trade off here with his right-click damage? Corruptible, he's looking for it as well. Go for that couple of right-clicks to finish off Sobad, so Sobad moves himself away. Yeah, the reward, it comes out from Queasy.
A gift from the
Maybe planning a Dragon Knight rotation here sometime soon. Meanwhile, Malrine has moved himself towards the bottom lane here just to get the bottle refill with the bounty. So Pango not doing awful, but the Dragon Knight is winning this mid lane. Yeah, For you comes in, Dragon Form's going to be there. The Rolling Thunder comes out of that Dragon Form. I don't think it's got a long time left on it now as well. The Glimpse comes back. The Dragon Knight, he's going to be out of that Dragon Form now, and the Rolling Thunder is going to connect. Can they get the kill? The damage, it might be enough to take him down here for you. One more right click, the Swashbuckle. Malrine will get it. Top lane, Violent was under pressure, but Hellscream is going to go for the rotation now as well. The Balance Strike comes out. Queasy, he has to pop the Fairy Fire. Does he get the kill? Try to get himself away. In fact, Hellscream, he might go down. Gets himself away with the Tree Dance into that Primal Spring. The Mischief to dodge some damage. Dodge some damage? Dodge some damage. Yeah, Violent got really down low. They saw the opening with the rotation from the Disruptor into the mid lane, and they were able to put that pressure on Hellscream with a quick rotation, putting Queasy under pressure, you know, getting him low, and Corruptible could be in trouble now as well. There is going to be 3 heroes top now. Violent maybe playing as a bit of a bait, as Queasy is rotating right back to the fountain. Corruptible is alone, and if they find him, they will kill him. So yeah, Corruptible just plays it safe. Got another Mango or so to come in with his Power Treads, going towards that Dragonlance. I wouldn't be surprised to see like Clarity come out for him here as well, just because obviously you don't have the biggest mana pool as the Viper. He's sitting on like 423, so he's got the Clarity to come through from the Rubik. His Mango to be passed over here as well. Didn't even need a courier, because Queasy was able to TP himself in. Mid lane for you. Is he going to go down again? The Glimpse into that Rolling Thunder. The Dragon Knight's being brought right back. The Balance Strike now as well. Vanscore's rotated in. He's going to be pushed up to the cliff. He's going to be able to get himself away with that kinetic field being down. Vanscore. Swashbuckle comes out. Shield Crash now again. One more right click in this Clockwork. He's going to be put on the Scrap Heap for. He's going to get lower now as well. The chase out. Do they get the vision to get For You down? For You's going to get really down low. With this Dragon Knight and the Clockwork, both will get out alive. That was a big commitment from both supports. Not able to clean up the kills. But it does keep the pressure on. The rotation, though, from Queasy. Queasy could be in trouble now. Telekinesis comes out. Malrine, does he want to go for this kill? Hellscream with the Balance Strike. They should be able to at least get the kill onto the Rubik. Rubik not able to deny himself. Get himself into the Roche Pit. And yeah, Malrine, he picks it up. It's not a Dragon Knight, but, you know, it'll do in those circumstances. As well, how is he looking? He's got that Vanguard out. 2.5 to the 3.4 of the Ursa, though. So this AM, it looks like he might lose that Battle Fury race. Yeah, whoa. Ooh, they might be able to make a move, but Hellscream's going to be able to dive himself in. Primal Spring comes out. They've got the Rocket Flare to scout out. Whoa, going to be taking some damage, though. Does he get this? No, he's going to have to jump himself away, because the Jingu was one right click from coming up, and a Balance Strike into that then would have been a whole load of damage that the Anti-Mage just would not wanted to have give up. And you can see him just being pushed away from his creeps as well. Mid lane. Do they actually want to go into For You? As he's taking some pressure. The double braces to come out for the Dragon Knight, as well as the 3 points into the Dragon's Blood, so he knows he wants to tank up here. Vanscore drops the cogs, just to make sure he's not the one being dropped. Bottom lane, but whoa, still taking a lot of harass here from the Snapfire. And again, he can't really play aggressive into the Snap, even though he did throw the Mana Void out onto the Snap. Can't really get aggressive, because if he doesn't see the Monkey King's on with a Primal Spring, just like this, onto Vanscore now as well. The Dragon Knight will be here. Where's that Balance Strike after the Jingu comes through? Going to be able to get the kill onto the Clockwork. Do they get even more out of this now as well? Another Glimpse, and caught on the surge. This Dragon Knight with the Rolling Thunder. Can he get himself away? Double braces and triple point into the Dragon's Blood. He's going to be able to keep For You alive. The rotation comes out from Corruptible. Look to be able to get a kill out of this, but For You, he gets low. One more right click. Malrine takes down the Dragon. Corruptible will slay the Monkey after the fact, but Multiple Kisses is going to be dropped now as well. Queasy only level 4, no level 6, so can't steal those Multiple Kisses right back. And the Glimpse into the kill. So bad will take him down here. 3 heroes in the mid lane for the side of Nemiga. Do they want to just retreat from this? It looks like they might do. His Vanscore, he does drop those battery salts and the cogs. While that's going on, though, woe in the bottom lane. Never mind. Violent comes right down, and the aim just says, okay, I'm out. I am out. Yeah, woe going to TP himself up to the top lane. So these safe laners swapping lanes. Just playing a game of musical lanes here.
What can I do in return?
The smoke comes through, though, and now they know that the TP is down for the Anti-Mage. If they rotate to the top lane and get this kill, not only is he going to be off the lane, he can't TP back to another lane to get himself back in and find that quick farm. Yo, he's going to have to do it the peasant way on foot. You know, just hoof it back to position. Ooh. There's the level 6 on the Sobad as well on this Disruptor, so if the Glimpse comes out, they have that control. Static Storm, can he get himself away from it? Connect the field into the Rolling Thunder. It looks like this Anti-Mage, does he get bounced? No, he gets Glimpsed right back into it, the control. He's trying to get that Blink away, but the damage isn't going to be too much. He gets that Blink away.
Radiant's top tower
But again, the
is under
TP comes
attack.
out. Mari's still hunting those creeps. He might... Does he go for it? He swashbuckles the wrong direction, but we'll still see. Whoa. Gets the kill with the shield crash. And the Mana Void not going to be up from now. Queasy doesn't have the vision. Glimpse comes out onto Queasy. He's going to be dragged right back into the mid lane. So not only is the AM dead, not only does he not have a TP to get back to a lane, not only is he being pushed out here, 52 last hits to 1 to the Ursa's 79 and counting.
Dire's bottom
No, that's
tower
about it.
is
He's just
under
having a really rough
attack.
time. Net worth-wise as well, yeah, you see the Ursa is going to be about 1.5k ahead of the AM. Closer towards this Battle Fury. In fact, he's going to have this Battle Fury now as well. Violent. He's about, what, 100 gold off picking it up. 115 gold away. It's not too far at all by the Anti-Mage. By the time he's back up, oh, Queasy, he gets low. Yeah, AM, he's got his power treads, but he's still going towards pretty much the full Battle Fury minus the Ring of Health here, because the Ring of Health on the Vanguard does mean you can disassemble that, but the Ursa Burr,
Dire's top tower
he's going to
is
get
under
a
attack.
good, I'm going to say 3 or 4 minutes, where he's going to be able to, accelerate his farm with his Battle Fury. He's got his own power treads here as well, where he's just going to be able to step up, and the AM's going to be falling behind here. He's even going to be able to get a couple of Ancient stacks off this as well. So yeah, Ursa Burr, he is having a grand old time, and woe is just not. I don't know how to... I've played on his name enough. But yeah, he really isn't having a great time here on this AM. Played on his name enough, and we're only 13 minutes into the first game. We have at least one more game to come. After I mean, this game can go for about 50 minutes as well, so plenty of opportunities for me to make crappy woe puns. And Corruptible, how's he doing in terms of farm? Got himself the double Wraith Band as well as the Dragonlance. Okay, going straight towards that BKB. I like this. Corruptible wants to be getting aggressive. You know, he wants to be taking the fights, looking to put the pressure on. So we got the pressure. He might be able to go into the DK. But you know, Kinetic Field comes out. Whoa! He's maybe making to look misery.
Tower is under attack.
Was chasing it down so bad. He's going to be the sacrificial lamb. But no woe for him. He's going to be happy with that.
Radiant's
I
middle
promise I'll
tower
stop
is
sometime
under attack.
soon. Yeah, Disruptor, if it means that the Pangolier Marine gets himself away, he's not going to be too fussed about going down there, especially wasting 4 heroes' time.
Bottom tower is under attack.
It's not awful, it means that Violent can get himself towards his bottom lane, find some farm. Scarblast stolen by the Rubik, that's quite nice with the telekinesis. Keeping himself towards his bottom lane, keeping himself towards Violent, in fact, trying to force Violent away with the Fade Bolt. And that Scatterblast, Violent will take a whole lot of damage. So Queasy able to push him away there, and yeah, Violent just moves himself back into the jungle, into this triangle. Looking for his Blink Dagger. I assume it's going to be for Violent. It'll be that Blink BKB, and then he'll look to get active and fight with the rest of his team. We did see, or I did see,
Radiant's
you know,
top
an
tower
AM
is
looking
under
to
attack.
fight. We saw it a couple of times, right? In the early Division 2, maybe even once in the Division 1 as well, where you picked up this Anti-Mage, but you didn't really worry about going straight for that Manta Star. You got the Battle Fury, and you got involved with the rest of your team in team fights, because you had that control, and if nothing else, Sigma have a lot of control. So you could look to dip out, take a fight. Maybe not, because you are so far behind here on the AM. So maybe, I don't know if you'd want to get involved with the rest of his team and look for those fights. Hookshot comes into the snap by snap. Is this going to be more than one here, though? Wukong's command will be dropped here. They get the kill into Vazia. Vazia. It's going to be Vazia to follow. No, it's going to be Vanscore to follow. And do they want to go? They get a glimpse out onto For You. Do they get the kill onto the DK? The DK is disarmed, but he's still in that dragon form, trying to fly himself away, and it looks like this time he just didn't have the damage to commit and want to go for that Dragon Knight kill here. Hellscream. Hellscream comes out, or was it a great bait mate here from Hellscream? We're looking for the Balance Strike, comes out onto the Rubik. Rubik trying to get himself away from this one. Kinetic Field will be used. So it looks like Violent gets that tier 1 tower. They do get the kill onto Hellscream. Queasy goes down right after that. And Violent, you know, Nemiga just buying him all the time in the space in the world to take down that tier 1 tower. usually the job of the offlaner, but it looks like the Snapfire here with the... Is that the full Greaves? For the Snap, it's just the mechanism. Oh no, actually it might be the full Greaves to come out for him soon. On his courier, it is. That's the full Greaves for the Snapfire. So it looks like Vizio wants to get involved in these fights. Whoa, how is he looking? Still about 700 gold away from that Battle Fury. That is just rough, man. It is rough, buddy. Yeah, I mean, Hellscream's not looking too bad himself. Going towards this Diffusal. So didn't go for the Orb of Corrosion here on the Monkey King. Just what, straight into double Wraithband? Was it on Hellscream, so he's playing this kind of build here for the Monkey King. I mean, even with the Orb of Corruption, that's still kind of a semi-core build. But yeah, look to pick up a Diffusal Blades, and then just look to chase down, well, I'd say Queasy, more often than not. You know, it's going to be against the Viper. The Viper, you take away all of his poison attack, mana, all that Viper Strike mana. Backlines, Rolling Thunder comes in, there's going to be the counterspell, the blink away from the AM, but the slowdown now as well. It looks at that Viper. He is going to be hunted down. Do they even know the hookshot comes out? They get the kill onto Bounce now as well. Do they get the lockdown onto Queasy? Queasy's trying to run himself away, but again, in the trees, gets the vision for the glimpse. And this is going to be the death of the Rubik. No questions asked. Bazzi will be able to take him down. Great group up there from the side of Nemiga. They will lose some pressure in the mid lane, but for that, they get themselves into the pit. And it should be an easy Roshan. Yeah, Violent Rocket Flow comes out. Oh, in fact, this Rocket Flow, no. A little bit too short. I thought that was the perfect time with how low Roshan was getting, and he might be able to go for the snipe. Or just coincidentally get the snipe here with the Clockwork. Foryu's got himself a double damage rune as well. Do they want to try and fight and make something happen here? There's going to be the wraparound coming through from Violent. Are they going to be able to make something happen? The Dragon Tail goes on to the Pioneer, but there's going to be the Static Storm. Yeah, they get the lockdown. They get the kill into the Dragon Knight. No questions. Once again, Clockwork. Bazzi gets the kill. It's Corruptible. 15 to 5. 9k net worth lead here at 19 minutes. Going to be able to even up this tier 1 tower. Taking it down in the mid lane. Nemiga. This is what I was talking about there. Just a step ahead of everybody else in the division. Looking so good, the difference between the net worth here. Nearly 3k gold, in fact over 3k gold between Violent and AM. And AM, I don't know how he really accelerates his farm to get himself back in, because Violent's finding towers, finding farm, finding kills, and AM is 0-5-1. No, it's not, that's a Clockwork. AM is 0-1-1. I hadn't changed heroes. Does now have that Battle Fury. And I know Hurry's talked about it in the past before, where you have a matchup like this, the job of the AM is just to try and split push and avoid 5-on-5 fights wherever you can. Look to get a cluster of 2 or 3 heroes together for a pick-off, you know, and never take a team fight. But Nemiga, they're just forcing it out. They are forcing Sigma.YNT to fight into this, and it's looking real rough for them. Yep, they're going to be able to go Wukong's man, Rolling Thunder. They've locked down 2 once again. Viper, does he get himself away from this one? The Viper Strike comes out to Hellscream, but Hellscream, if he's going to be the one that goes down from this, the hookshot comes through onto the Usurper. He is broken, though. Queasy. Queasy might be broken here as well. The drag back once again. It takes down both supports and the Viper. 18 to 5. 12k net worth lead. Going for this tier 1 tower, even Violent being broken, isn't enough to stop the rampage in Burr. So, Violent, he's got this Aegis for 2 minutes 45, even with the Battle Fury. The Blink Dagger, the BKB has been completed now, being flown in by the Courier with a TP. I think this is just go time here for the side. I mean, it's been go time for the past 5 minutes on the side of Nemiga, but I wouldn't be surprised to see them ramping it up. Like I said, just going for these 5-on-5s. Even if Sigma.YNT don't want to go for a 5-on-5 fight, they can't fight in clusters because Nemiga are just looking so strong, even in the 2s and 3s. You know, it's not just about taking these big team fights here for the side of Nemiga. They are looking for quick pickoffs with Malrine, as well as Hellscream and Vizio, or Shobad and, you know, Hellscream. Someone just grouping up and looking for some good positions. They have some great anchor points coming through with the kinetic field into the Wukong's command. You know, the Rolling Thunder, you've got the glimpse back there as well. The Cookie, the stuns. They have some great anchors to keep the team fights around where they want them. And Queasy might be made a little bit queasy here. He's losing a lot of life, but he might be able to get the kill. No, Static Storm's going to drop. Dragon Knight. Kinetic Field will be there as well. They don't actually go for the kill onto the Dragon Knight.
Radiant's middle tower is under
You on the bottom
attack.
lane, the Anti-Mage. Multiple kisses will be dropped, and they are not the kisses of a friendly face. In fact, even Vanscore's going to go down there as well. Yeah, if you get kissed by a Morty, you probably want to see a doctor. Because they are straight fire. Yeah, Queasy on the top lane. Just playing in the trees away from Violent. And you look at this. The Dragon Knight, in terms of net worth, he is closer to the position 4 Monkey King than he is to the Pangolier. Mallory's just had a really good time in this game. For you, not as much. He is suffering, excuse me, just a little bit. Violent. Okay, he's going to pop that in rage, give the old walk away. But Hellscream's looking to hunt, and he might find that Dragon Knight. If we just take a look at the map, Pangolier is going to be close. Do they want to go for this one? The Dragon Form, it's going to be about a third of the way through. So he doesn't have to complete... Oh, the smoke, it breaks underneath. They're looking for wards. It's not. It's going to be the Monkey King on top of the trees. That's where the smoke breaks, and now the Kinetic Field with the bounce back. Woe, can he get himself away? Where's that glimpse back? After the counter spell does wear off, now Woe won't be able to get himself away from this one. Even with that hook shot in, the Clockwork not able to save his life. And the Rolling Thunder, it carries on going on to the Dragon Knight now this time. Can they go for even more? These two heroes dead. On the side of Sigma.YNT, Fireball comes out for the DK. Hellscream wants to get himself right back into this one with the Primal Spring, with that Boundless Strike, the glimpse back onto the Dragon Knight. They have the lockdown. Do they have the kill though? Telekinesis trying to keep Mallory from getting the kill for you though. No, the Swashbuckle comes out. Mallory, even with all of that control, Sigma.YNT, they still lose. I mean, I suppose what control really, because Nemiga are the ones in that driving seat in that fight. Yeah, Ursaba, BKB Basher. In the last 5 or 6 minutes, after that Aegis wears off, the Ursa is
Radiant's
looking.
middle tower is under attack.
You know, he's that big, furry, hairy, scurry.
Air support arrives.
He ain't that bear in the big blue house. He
Radiant's
is
bottom tower is
just
under attack.
tearing things up.
Radiant's bottom
As
tower
the AM
has fallen.
does at least have the Asher going towards the Manta Star, but you've just got to think here, the difference between the net worth, you're looking at 7,000. Again, closer to the Monkey King than he is close to the Ursa. The Ursaba, the Pangolier, and the Snapfire all rocking the top of the net worth. And then it's the AM by still a decent gap between the Snapfire and the AM. Oh, did he go for even more here? The Dragon Knight, the Mortimer Kisses are going to go down, and it's just proving that even though they breathe it, Dragon's not impervious to fire. As you will be melted by Violent, the Mortimer Kisses coming through. Vanscore's going to get low. It looks like this is going to be another pickoff now as well. Vanscore, yeah, don't see him getting himself away from this one. Not this time, bud. Even with the Battery Assault, the high five comes out, and then the kill goes Mallory's way. So some manners. You know, he faces his end with dignity and grace, and he still dies. But he holds his head up high while he does it. As Mallory, he was looking for the AM. Does he want to go for the Basher? He's got himself the Ags here. Violent already has his Basher going straight towards that Abyssal Blade as well. Already has the recipe, so he's going to be about 800 gold away from having the full Basher here. Excuse me, the full Abyssal Blade on Violent. Violent's just having a really good time. Not been slowed down whatsoever, even with that Viper in the lane. It didn't pay off. Meanwhile, on the top, Anti-Mage tries to get himself away. No dice. No dice. Whoa. At least he's going to have some fun with it here with the voice lines. Yeah, Corruptible. He's got to watch out. If he gets caught in the vision, he could be glimpsed back, killed off, made a meal out of. I don't know how many people would actually eat a venomous... It is venomous, right? Venom is injected and poison is ingested. But what about when it's spat at you? Is it still venom? Who knows? Or do you spit poison?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I'm going to be lost on that for, you know, it's stun locked me a little bit. Anyway, back to the match. Well, yeah, sure. Still trying to go towards this Manta style while Violent again. BKB, Abyssal, Blink Dagger here for the Ursa as well. Ursa probably going towards, I'd assume, a Swift Blink next, because they've just got all the goals in the game. Balance Core, Smoke breaks, Abyssal Blade comes out, Telekinesis going to keep Balance Core alive for a little bit, but only a little bit now as well. And now they jump onto Queasy. 3 heroes around him. Did they go for this? What was Stone? It's going to be the tree dance, but Queasy not going to be able to get himself away. Will be picked off, killed up, and taken down by Hellscream. Hellscream's looking pretty darn good on this position 4. To the point where, is he even really a position 4 here? Diffusal Blade coming out. Double Wraith Band. Going into a BKB of his own. Yeah, Nemiga, they're just making an absolute meal of Sigma.YNT coming into this first game of the series. And Sigma.YNT just cannot stand the heat so far. Abyssal comes out. Yeah, you can see, whoa, they're really not happy with that. He's just... What else can you do? You literally every lane, every part of the map is just being controlled, and whoa, there's just nowhere you can go to farm safely because Sigma.YNT just can't leave the base. It is looking so rough for the AM. Hellscream, just on top of the trees, even got himself a gem here, looking to take down this tier 2 tower, teasing out the Wukong's command, but yeah, Sigma.YNT probably not rotating for that. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised to see one last smoke come out from Sigma.YNT, see if they can't win a fight and maybe get an objective, because Roshan is coming up in the next 18 seconds, so if they could take a good smoke gank, take down 2 or 3 heroes, they might be able to move themselves into the pit, but Nemiga just not looking to let that happen. And yeah, I think this is going to be a last chance saloon coming out for Sigma.YNT. Smoked, not under vision. The Basher comes out for Mallory now as well. But again, they're going to have the same issue where even if you play WoW as bait, Hellscream's in the trees, the Blink comes forward. They're trying to get onto Mallory now as well, but the Balance Strike comes on for the top of them. Can they get the kill? They will be able to get the kill into the Pangolier. And now can they go for more here as the Monkey King dancing himself away from that Rocket Flare. And WoW, okay, it's going to create a little bit of space, but Nemiga, do they actually come back to fight this one? Again, Ursa might be looking towards that second Roshan. So around this pit, Violent actually get the jump in. The Dragon Tail comes out now as well. Do they actually get the kill into Violent? Violent is not going to be able to pop that BKB just yet. Now he comes back in though. They have the control. They have the damage. They have the lockdown. They have the silence. They get the kill into the Anti-Mage. The Dragon Knight's going to fall. And can they take down the Viper here as well? A couple of right clicks comes out from Violent. Even without that, you know, the Fury Swipes being in the break, they clean up everybody. I think this is going to be curtains for Sigma.YNT. Yeah, they gave it one last hurrah. And it was a whimper, not a cheer. So, Nemiga, they're going to be able to get themselves a Roche. You've got Hellscream pushing down the lane now as well. And once this comes out, I would expect Nemiga to look to invade the base. Go for the full break. Yeah, they didn't even get the kill. I mean, the Malrine was still dead, so that was a 4v5 fight. They got a great jump onto the Ursula, and they just weren't able to do the damage to get the kill onto the Ursula. If they'd have been able to do that quickly, cool. They probably push on some more, or they push Nemiga away from the Roshan. But again, no BKB on the AM. Not even a Manta style. So once he got locked down, once the Abyssal Blade came out, and he got locked down with the Static Storm, you know, the silence came through. They might get the kill into the Monkey King though. Hellscream, he might have been caught out of position. 3 heroes stacking up, or is he just buying time for the rest of his team to push out other objectives? As well, we'll be able to take him down with the Mana Voids. But yeah, while this is going on, you've got the other 2 lanes pushing in from the side of Nemiga. So the tips come out. At least he's having a bit of fun with it, Hellscream. I mean, you would be, right? If you're 33-7 and 28k net worth lead, yeah, you would be having a bit of fun with it, and maybe just trying to, you know, play the mind games, get some emotional damage in there against Sigma.YNT before you stack up for the second game.
Radiant's middle tower is
So
under attack.
Violent. What does he want next? He's got that Lincoln Sphere coming out to him. Okey-dokey. Yeah, AM going straight for the Axe. Not... What was he? Not even going to go finish off that Manta. He's not. He just wants to go straight for the Axe. Maybe trying to bait in like a Static Storm or an Abyssal or something like that here. Vizia, they are on the chase of the AM. AM could get himself away. Vanscore might not be so lucky. It's locked down. Yeah, the cookie comes out. That's going to be the death of the Clockwork.
No armor exists.
So yeah, AM's going to be... Who think actually caught up for? He's going to go down as well. Violent 1v1. Who would have thought a Burr could slay a dragon? I suppose it depends how big a dragon is, because it's like, if it's the little ones, you know, from the start of Game of Thrones, where they don't, you know, they're not massive, it's just baby dragons. And a bird eaten alive.
Dire are scanning.
But it's not a fully grown, you know, we're not seeing the black dragon come out. We're not seeing, well, we might be seeing the death of Queasy. Queasy getting himself away from that one.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's
As
bottom tower is under
the
attack.
tier 3 being pressured here from Nemiga. They just want to push the game, and they know 32 minutes, it's been long enough here. They're looking to start the beginning of the end. As Mari, and he's teasing that Rolling Thunder into the blink from the Pango. Again, Basha is out, has that Ag, so he even has the shot as well. So he has the dive into the Ag, actually get the kill, they take down the Clockwork once again. And now Valent's going to try and use that Enrage. What can he get from this? Can he try and go for the chase down? The buyback came through from the Clockwork, has that hook shot. But Violent, he's the one playing the furthest one forward. And we'll see just what they're going to be able to do with this now, as well as Violent just continues. Again, the siege on the base. They're looking to push this one in. Take down the buildings, take down the racks. Rolling Thunder's going to be there now as well. They get the kill onto the Rubik over the trees. Hellscream sees him. And yeah, you can't try and out Primal Dance jump. You can't. Yeah, if you try and go against the monkey in the trees, you are going to lose. That's what I was looking for. You know, you enter the monkey's domain and you try and beat him. Nah, that doesn't work. Doesn't work for the Monkey King. Doesn't work for the side of Nemiga, as they are looking to put the pressure on now. Once again, the tier 3 in the mid lane to take a second set of racks. In fact, the AM's away. AM is at the full Ags up. It is. Trying to desperately find the gold here. Maybe to finish off the Manta style before he commits to a fight. But while he's doing that, or, you know, just try and split push out. But while he's doing that, there's 5 men pushing him from the side of Nemiga, looking to break the base. This is not the 5 guys that everybody's happy to see here. As Nemiga looking for the push in, they get the Invisible Blade out. They're going to be able to get the kill onto the Viper now as well. Telekinesis trying to save his life. Violent, it's going to be looking to be that gets broken now as well, but that's just a good thing for Violent as the chase down comes out. They take down the Dragon Knight. Now can they go back for more? Corruptible's looking really darn low. Rolling Thunder comes out. This time the Viper, he will not be able to survive. It looks like, I mean, Sigma.YNT, they're putting everything into it to defend the base here, but there's still an Aegis on Violent for you. He buys himself back into this one. He wants to get him back into the fight. Dragon Tail only breaks the Lincolns. They can go for a little bit more, it seems like. Glimpse being stolen by the Rubik now. I mean, the Nemiga, they aren't going anywhere, so there's no way you can glimpse them back to, because they've just been in your base for a solid 30, 40 seconds fighting into this one.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It's just looking like they want to end. They don't even want to go for Megas here. You see the damage coming through onto the buildings as well. Just going to be able to take this effigy out, so the creeps push in as well into the tier 4s. And then all of a sudden the Aegis will be reclaimed, but I don't think Sigma.YNT, they lose the Rubik once again. The Mortimer Kiss is going to be dropped in the fountain. Not going to be able to wash off this molten lava being spat out here by Vazia. They're just going to look for the end. So yeah, this is going to be Ancient going down, Nemiga. Without really being too contested here once they jump into the base. So GG does come through from the side of Sigma.YNT. They know they are out of it. Even the hook shot doesn't actually land there as Vanscore just going for that celebratory or commiseration hook shot coming through. And in 35 minutes, it's a 39k net worth lead, 41-7. Sigma.YNT just couldn't get themselves going. We saw the early pressure being put on from the Viper. You know, they were trying to take advantage of that. When Shobad tried to rotate on into the mid lane to help out Malrine, you know, to get the kill onto the Dragon Knight, find those pickoffs. You know, they tried to look for the kill onto Violent, but Violent was able to play it away and didn't even die in this game. 15-0-5 here on the Ursula. Meanwhile, you look at the anti-mage here. Woe went 2-6-1. Just wasn't able to get the farm out of the lane. With the Monkey King putting the pressure on, you know, Vazi being there as well to do the damage up range. Vanscore just wasn't able to protect, because if he came up to protect the anti-mage, he put himself in kill range. So AM Vanscore on the Clockwork was just not the lane to come up to this Monkey King Snapfire combo, and you can see that he suffered for it. Violent net worth-wise, 29k, nearly double the 15k net worth of the anti-mage. So you see that Valent had a really good time coming into this first game, and Sigma.YNT, they just didn't get themselves going. That's going to be game number 1. We'll see if Sigma.YNT, can they come back in game number 2, or Nemiga, are they looking for another quick, clean sweep to put Sigma.YNT in a lot more misery and a lot more woe? We'll find out after the break, but first we're going to take a quick break, and we'll find out what's going to happen in game number 2 right after this.